Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well today. Just wanted to make a quick little video here to analyze the differences between a zip system, plywood for building homes and sheds and whatnot, versus just using regular plywood and using the Tyvek. As you can see, on this house we did the zip system with the tape. Supposedly it is fully waterproof once the tape is around all the seams. And I have a few things to say about the tape and the main differences between this and the Tyvek, which I also have an example of over here on the top. We ended up doing a little bit of both on this house. We were having some leaks around this main door here, and we decided to put that Tyvek home wrap on it and kind of stopped our leaks. So but anyway, let's jump right into this. All right, so we're gonna start the list here by saying a disadvantage for using this zip tape is every single spot you put it, you have to use the roller that they give you when you buy the tape in bulk. You have to roll every single seam that it goes over, and obviously there's a lot of seams on any given house, so you got to do every corner, every seam, around every window, around every door, and yeah, that could be very tedious in general, doing the taping and rolling the tape. So that can get a little frustrating. Now, when I was putting it up, I encountered a lot of wind, and when it got very windy, you couldn't tape. And I also discovered if you are taping when it's very hot, the tape starts to stick to itself a lot because it's flopping around so easily. And that was a disadvantage as well. Another disadvantage is this can be very time consuming, a lot more so than just wrapping the house in Tyvek, especially when you're going up all the way up on the ladders and whatnot to get these really high points. Now when you're using the Tyvek wrap, you kind of just throw it on the side, and as long as you overlap it correctly, so you put the top end under something, and then the top or the bottom goes above the one underneath it, then all the water will just run down all the way to the bottom, and that will make for a much better seal, in my opinion, than the tape. Now, another issue with the tape, in my experience, was you are going to be nailing the whole piece of plywood, so say you got a big piece of plywood like this one over here, right? Say you shoot a few nails in and you miss the stud in one spot and you have to hit out all the nails. Then you're left with tiny little, pinholes from where you missed that stud. So then you're gonna get leaks through those tiny little holes, and that would mean everywhere you missed a stud, you're gonna have a tiny little pinhole of water coming through, and that means you're gonna have to waste tape. Now this tape is about $34 a roll at the moment. It's probably gonna be up or down by the time somebody's watching this, but yeah, 34 or so bucks a roll, and you don't want to be going around the house filling all these little pinholes all the way around the house. It's just unethical. I just really like the idea of the Tyvek wrap. It's, you don't have to worry about temperature, you don't have to worry about little pinholes. It'll just cover the whole area with no problems. It's a lot easier to put up. This one piece right here, this one strip, can just be put up in about 3 or so minutes, as opposed to taping the bottom of this window, both corners, all the seams in the middle, probably another one going across, and that taping would take like at least 15 or 20 minutes, as opposed to the 3 minutes of the Tyvek home wrap. And I just think it's a much better sealant than the zip tape. Now I just did a little bit of research on exact pricing for these, just so I could give you an accurate, idea. Like I said, it's probably going to change by the time I release this video, but this tape here is 90 feet long when it, first comes in the box, and it is approximately $32. Now, this Tyvek home wrap is 165 feet long, and it spans about 3 feet long. And this comes in at about $80. So now this means that the Tyvek wrap is almost double the length, and it is obviously way wider than the tape. Now, obviously, if you use the zip system, they claim you don't need to tape up around the entire house, obviously, just the seams. But like I said, if there's pinholes from anything, even more so than just nails, if there's any holes anywhere, this will cover it if you just wrap the whole house. With this, you're going to be doing patches and all sorts of stuff, and with doing patches comes, uneven seams and all sorts of stuff that the tape probably won't protect the water against, because you'll have an uneven spot and your tape will be useless and the water will just run right behind it. So I guess in conclusion, I would highly recommend the Tyvek wrap over the zip system. I personally don't think we will be using the tape again. And I personally think that the Tyvek wrap is more cost effective as well. So you don't have to do any rework or anything like that. The Tyvek wrap also comes in about 9-foot lengths as well for $200 or $300. You can get that as well, if you're doing a very large project. Even for a house, it'd be fine. We didn't end up using ours because we ended up obviously using the zip tape, so we're probably gonna return this. But the conclusion of this video is that if you are looking to do the most cost-effective, quickest, sealing of the house, I would recommend the Tyvek home wrap. It just leaves a lot of questions, answered, as opposed to using the tape and wondering if you have holes somewhere that it's going to leak eventually. Now, obviously, when you put your siding on, it'll block most of those little pinholes, but if you want to be 100% sure, I would definitely use the home wrap. And yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. I'm sure I forgot a few things, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching.